The end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, folks, today we're going to jump in that gigantic, sharp, interactive board. I want to share some thoughts on TD SYNNEX. They published their third quarter numbers, but I really want to focus on how I see TD SYNNEX disrupting the hell out of the IT services channel and the print channel for that matter. They really are going to disrupt the hell out of it. I've talked about this over the last couple of years, and a lot of folks get confused, so I want to try to refine the message and take some confusion out of it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't understand or imagine how you could be defeated, well, guess what? You're going to fall mercy to those who plan and execute your defeat. It's time to start planning. Because I really do believe TD SYNNEX has immense power to completely disrupt the hell out of the channel business. And you know how they're going to do it, ladies and gentlemen? This is how they're going to do it. They're going to take control of birth of the contract to the death of the contract. And whoever takes control of the birth of the contract decides the pricing, decides the profitability. And if they take control of birth to death, well, then you just might be something in the middle, fulfilling a contract that TD SYNNEX gave birth to and they're eventually going to give death to. All you're going to do is provide a service that TD SYNNEX tells you to do. And folks, this applies to all those MSPs that are running around chasing these $1,000, $1,500, and $2,000 a month service contracts. It's ridiculous. I've been screaming about this for a long time. Those MSPs that have the ability to sell intellect and go out and charge for a fee-based assessment, those MSPs that are looking for customers that are spending $25, $30, $40, $50, $100,000 a month, you'll be just fine. It's those MSPs that are running around chasing this low-end business, because this low-end business is going to change drastically. Folks, we're literally days away from having an AI-driven help desk. No humans. And I know some little MSPs are thinking to themselves, oh, Ray, that's crazy. That's terrible. No customer wants to do with that. We're going to answer the phone. And when we answer the phone, we're going to ask them how everything's going. And we're going to be really nice to them. And we're going to give them a great experience. And I'm going to laugh and say, no, you're not. Because the AI will give them a better experience because it'll solve the problem quick as it possibly can. And there's no human intervention in the way bothering the end user. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, why do we think a better experience is having humans bother us? A better experience is being able to just get things done. And the younger generation has been on the computer, on their smartphone, getting things done without human intervention for a long damn time now. And resellers to end users have got to figure this out. It's not going to be about hugging and kissing your customer, okay? It's going to be about delivering those customers a better experience. And that better experience is coming from technology. That better experience is delivered in the intersection between the digital and physical world. I've been screaming about this stuff for a long damn time. And those screams are starting to come true, ladies and gentlemen. And we all need to start paying attention to this stuff. Let's look at TD SYNNEX revenue for their third quarter. Their GAAP revenue was $15.7 billion. They had a 2.45% operating profit. Their non-GAAP gross billings were $22.7 billion. And TD SYNNEX, at the end of the day, is a massive organization. TD SYNNEX, Tech Data, and SYNNEX coming together. That coming together is just about all cleaned up. You're going to start seeing their profitability increase, I'm sure. And you're going to start seeing TD SYNNEX position themselves in a different way because TD SYNNEX wants to orchestrate technology to end users. And when they want to orchestrate it, what are they really telling you? They want to be the conductor. And we all know the conductor gives birth and death to the concert. The conductor in the technology space, dealing with end users, gives birth and death to the contract to those end users. Let's look at their revenue percentages for software. I find this interesting. So TD SYNNEX for the third quarter, their non-GAAP gross billings of $22.7 billion, $5 billion of it was software, 22%. 12% of it was printers and peripherals for $2.724 billion. I read in an article recently where TD SYNNEX said that the print piece was about 35% of peripheral business. If that's the case, they did $945 million in print for the third quarter. And folks, I know those friends of mine that sell supply and service print equipment. You go to a meeting and TD SYNNEX is there. Or maybe it's even a TD SYNNEX meeting. And the executive stands up there and makes everybody in the print channel feel really good and talks about how their print business is growing. Our print business is growing. and oh my gosh. And the naive people in the audience, they believe that print's growing because TD SYNNEX said it. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason that print's going to grow at TD SYNNEX and it's going to continue to grow at TD SYNNEX because more OEMs are giving the power to TD SYNNEX to get their devices and their supplies to the end user. That's why it's growing. That doesn't mean it's growing in the end user's office. And if we don't start paying attention to this stuff, we're just fooling ourselves into stupidity. TD SYNNEX. Listen to this. Continued strategic technologies execution. Strategic technologies as a percentage of non-GAAP gross billings. Ladies and gentlemen, strategic technologies. That's where they're going. And strategic technologies, that's about software. That's about data centers. Folks, it's 31% of their total revenue. Back in 2021, it was 17%. As you see how technology is changing, you can see less demand for technology hardware the way it used to be. We're not building server closets anymore. We're not building out all this infrastructure on location. Stuff's moving to the cloud. Things are changing so drastically. And the MSPs that are out there providing these services, they're not paying attention to these changes. They're living in a fantasy world. And they need to wake up to the realities all around them. What distributors used to be, PCs, mobile, print, peripherals, and other. Let's take all this product and get it out to the end user through resellers. The new model, the strategic technologies, cloud, security, data, IT, AI, hyper infrastructure, hyperscale infrastructure. This is nothing like it used to be. This is a whole different game, right? TD SYNNEX says this. Just let me read this one sentence for you because I think it's important. An important milestone in the TD SYNNEX omni-channel digital strategy. Partner First is designed to simplify processes and support partners throughout their journeys by integrating people, platforms, services, and more. Ladies and gentlemen, when they say they want to integrate people, platforms, services, and more, when they talk about Partner First, they're not saying that it's going to stay the way it is. You could be a partner first mentality by giving birth to a contract and then picking a partner to fulfill what you want them to fulfill in the contract. We better start thinking about this because the days are coming. I think about this deal I just read, ladies and gentlemen. This is where Amazon just announced that they're going to start selling all the Hertz used cars. And of course, the dealers all around the world are, oh my God, this will never work. All the reasons why it's not going to work. The Amazon is going to fail at this. This is crazy. You know, customers want to come to our showroom and they want to go into our service center and all that. They're not thinking about where the future's going, where cars don't even break nearly as much as they used to. They don't need the service center. When more and more cars are electrical vehicles, they even have less service. There's a lot of things changing in the automobile industry. And when I listen to the old way of the auto dealers talking about why things won't work, I just think about my friends in the print channel. I think about my friends in the IT services channel. Because we put way too much value on the importance of that human interaction. And we don't understand there could be some human interaction. There's no doubt about it. But that customer experience, what customers really want, you got to really understand, what do they really want? They want a desired outcome with the least amount of interference as possible. That's why I beat up and make fun of all my friends that have websites, say they're e-commerce, and they want someone to reach out to you in person. No, they just want to click buy now, right? Folks, a lot of change is coming. But it'll be those organizations that give birth to the contract and death to the contract that'll win. Now, I'm not saying that the IT service providers that are doing these little contracts, all these lifestyle businesses do less than $3 million a year in business are going to go away. They're just going to change the way they go to market. And the way they go to market could be as just a fulfiller to someone else who gave birth and death to a contract. Just a lot to think about in today's episode. But if we don't understand and we can't imagine how we could be defeated, we will in fact fall to the mercy of those who plan and execute our defeat. And everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck there, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.